Ooh. Killer clown. That doesn't even look like a clown. Clown should have like white on it.
It's another Wednesday and it's another live feed.
God, who named that?
We got Mr.
Did you name that?
Here tonight from Brad's Fishing.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, who named that?
Did you name that?
I did not. No. But
Whoever
I'll give it
named
away
that should be
today.
fired.
You guys are gonna like it.
Let me see it.
He calls it killer clown. There's no white on it. Clowns are always like white and Wonder Bread. Okay.
Yeah, it's white.
I don't know.
White on the
I don't know. We'll ask the viewers.
Mic turned on.
Nope. Got him.
Does that help?
Yes, the
Does it
green
help
light
that it's
is always
Okay.
right.
Okay, guys, thank
Green
you guys
light
so
is
much
good.
for tuning in. We appreciate you guys for tuning in every single week. Do not forget, we're going to get our first prize pack going. And we got Mr. Scott Call from Brad's Fishing in the building. So he was generous enough to give away a Killer Clown 2-pack of super baits and a Brad's Fishing hat. So if you guys want an opportunity to win, thumbs up the video, drop some comments, and let us know where you're tuning in from. And tonight we're going to talk Springer prep. And I can tell you, Scott's got a bunch of little secrets here to show you guys.
Time to prep. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
We're going to get zoomed in on all of his little things right here. Make sure we can figure out what he's doing.
What's going to be interesting is one of these leaderboards is not mine.
Ooh.
It's somebody that worked the show with me and left it. So we're going to see if that guy's watching. And if he recognizes his own leaderboard.
Well, I can already tell it's this one because this one there's like stuff still left on the freaking knots.
We should just
leave-ins.
If he is watching, we should just give the. We're gonna give your leaderboard away.
I'd be shot. Oh my God.
There's probably some workers in here.
Oh, there's some definite workers in there. Yeah, some definite workers in there.
See, this is all different. See, those are all different hooks. It's got to be this one.
It is.
Yeah, it's this one because he does obviously a loop connection because he did that on all of them
He's too
except for
damn
that
smart.
swivel.
You ever get anything by this guy? No.
And then he's running the same
No,
sets of
he's
hooks for
just-
the same
he's
size.
analytic and-
Whereas this
Have you ever
one,
been a fish biologist
this
or
one,
anything?
like Scott tied up because there's 25 different hooks and different stuff there, and then this one's just too pretty. Like, and there's also different hooks and different stuff where that's all consistent.
So you're saying I didn't tie this one up?
No, you might have,
Okay, all right.
but
It's not. Yeah.
so whose is it? No, I'm kidding.
Whose is it?
Don't
Let's see if they say it. I
Yeah.
don't see anybody yet.
He's like, that's my board. I was looking for that. Damn it.
So guys, we're talking Springers tonight, and I know a lot of you guys are getting excited. I've heard rumors that there's been a couple getting caught out in the Columbia, so it's exciting time of year.
You did?
No, I got a text right away though.
You got one yesterday, Clint, out trolling the Columbia River?
No, someone else right in your backyard.
Yeah, what's funny about that is I know 2 different boats today that caught them.
I'm going in the morning.
Yeah.
Go on. They're here.
2 different boats.
Guess Scott's height and win a giveaway.
I don't know about that.
A little bit taller than Marlin.
Yeah.
How about that?
Taller than me.
Is that close enough?
Exactly.
I'm
Lay
feeling
down.
awkward. I just got back from China and everybody was, looking at me like I was some kind of a freak. Taking pictures and I want to think it's the gray hair, but because everybody over there dyes their hair. Everybody. Old men, you see them
really?
70, just
Really?
jet black like shoe
Jet
polish.
black. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a sign of
I do that
weakness.
too.
Gray is.
So that's what some people think.
Gray is a
So
sign
I
of
must
do you
be,
think?
I must be super.
I-
damn
You're like the
weak
most
then.
interesting man in the world kind of thing going on. Like,
I am
freaking
super
let it
weak
go.
if gray's a sign of
I think
weakness.
it's a sign of sophistication.
So yeah, you didn't see it over there. So a lot of people walking up and
Is that what they said?
pretty much, other than touching you. I didn't wear a coat a lot, so a lot of people are coming up and actually, I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, we want to see if your arm is cold. I'm like, see if my skin is cold. So yeah, I guess it was just a little
That
different.
like correlates with the gray hair.
All right. Well,
Maybe it could.
there's
I
that
don't
subject.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird. Culture shock.
Okay, guys, if you're just now tuning in, we're going to be talking Springer prep tonight. We got off on a little tangent about Scott's trip to China. But we got a Brad's Fishing hat, and we got a 2-pack of super baits. So if you want an opportunity to win the first prize pack of the night, all you got to do is please thumbs up the video, share it out to some family and friends. Let's get a bunch of people in here and talk some Springer fishing. And then drop a comment. Let us know where everyone's tuning in from. Looks like we got almost 300 people in here tonight so far.
And
sure
Brett is
yours is
close.
on.
So let's...
And Heath is smart. Gray hair is a sign of wisdom. I like you. I've always liked you, Heath. Yeah. you seen Heath's beard? Oh, he's got one of those rocking beards.
Clint, what's your problem?
You're quiet. Normally you're not quiet. Normally you're the
He
loud
ain't
one.
quiet. I can hear him.
No, I can hear him too, but
We got people from Forest Grove.
Kelso.
I turned it off and on a bunch, Clint. Maybe that fixed it.
Okay.
Kennewick,
It's
Vancouver,
like a computer. You just shut it off.
Salem, Port Angeles, Lake Chelan.
Lake Chelan. We'll be heading your
We're
way
going,
this,
yeah. We're coming
this summer,
there.
huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. Central Oregon Coast, Duval, Longview. I was just in Longview, Jeff. I want to see the knife. We need to bring the knife. Let's bring the knife next week.
Mount Vernon. That's getting up there.
First articles.
Pennsylvania. Dwayne Lemon. Is that true? Pennsylvania? Oh, Lamont. I'm sorry.
Mill City, Roseburg,
Now they're all
Yelm,
coming in. Now people
Buffalo,
are like,
Toledo,
oh, my
Buffalo,
comment where we're
Burlington,
coming from.
What's
you know,
up,
might
Paul
win
from
something.
Buffalo?
Washougal. There's people from all over the place.
Yeah.
Post Falls, Idaho. Corvallis,
Gorge.
Puyallup.
Baltimore,
Maryland. What's up in
Maryland?
Maryland, Rob?
Check these out, Clint. Are these true?
Coder, Astoria, Monroe.
I fact check them all.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screens.
Yes,
He
all
did
right. Dwayne
pre-screening.
Lamont is from where he
There
said.
was-
I've already
there-
forgotten where you're from. Dwayne,
There
but
was a
thank
guy
you.
every week that was commenting he was in Iran, and I was like, bro, you're not in Iran.
Cleveland?
There's no way.
Adna, Washington.
New Zealand.
Panama. City Beach.
People are
Florida.
gonna all people are gonna start saying random ones that aren't true.
All right. Okay. Let's move on. Springer prep. Springer fishing.
Well, let's give this giveaway first. Clint, pick the first winner. And as Clint's picking the winner,
Randomizer.
huge shout out to Stevens Marine. As you guys know, Stevens Marine is the sponsor of the live feed every single week. We appreciate them. And we're talking Springer prep, so now is the time to be prepping your boat as well. Or you should have probably already done it. But if you haven't, make sure you give Stevens Marine a call. And the winner is Mike Douglas. He says Columbia River Gorge. Mike, shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Include your name, your address. Let us know that you won the little Brad's prize pack.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right. So you prepping yet? You're still steelhead fishing, huh?
I'm still steelhead fishing for now. Even though after today it makes me feel like I probably don't want to anymore, but
Should we get into that?
I know it was sad for me. I was 2 for 4. I mean, we thought we were going to smash them. We were 2 for 4 today, but still a good day.
Yeah.
If you hook 4 steelhead.
That's a good day.
And I got 2 on spoons, little Cleos, so that was fun.
yeah. You still
Oh,
got
that just makes it better.
oh, for sure. Spoon bite, I mean, it'd be worth just one, Mike, right?
Oh, yeah.
Talk to the spade guys about that. They're just trying to get a bite after like 5
Jordan
days.
fly fished. He spade fished today a couple times.
Starvation sticks?
Yep.
How'd it work?
Starvation.
He didn't get any touches.
Weird.
He didn't get any touches. And I kept
No tugs, no
and I hooked
tugs.
one on a spoon behind him, so that was good. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh, you evil gear fisherman, you. No, I'm still steelheading right now. I'm probably going to steelhead for another week, but after today, like I said, 2 different, unrelated, completely separate dudes catching springers. Leave it at that. So, it's pretty cool. Good to hear. I mean, most years, like last year, we kind of got slapped right about that arrival time with that just miserable cold front that like lasted 2 weeks. It was snowing in the hills. It was snowing on us. First week of April was just freaking garbage. We never saw the sun. It was.
I remember
it was
last year, yeah.
ugly last year. We actually got, if I remember right, we got an extension in the Lower Columbia too.
And
For
it
a
still
couple more
wasn't that
days.
good. I
It
think
still wasn't that good.
In the extension, you did hook a couple, though.
I went bass fishing during the extension, so
Oh, you hooked some fish.
no,
Don't lie.
I don't remember. Well, yeah, I hooked 20. You know, every day.
He's trying to get you guys to not go.
no.
He doesn't want you.
I want you to go springer fishing. I want you to not be steelhead fishing. That's why we're talking springer fishing. Be honest, Marlon.
The honesty.
I'm kidding. Anyways, guys, I took a guy fishing, but bottom line is like this year, I think we got a lot better setup. Obviously, this warm weather is going to kind of jumpstart some things. Actually, we got a little afternoon out in the Columbia on Sunday, fishing bass. I know it's just the weather, like climate talk, whatever, and just housed them. I mean, wrecked them. It was awesome. That's pretty early to see like bites like that. And it was just phenomenal. So everything was firing up. Everything's warming up. Columbia's warming up. Things are getting excited. Stuff's happening. So with that said, though, took this gentleman out yesterday, steelhead fishing. On this date 3 years ago, we were 4 for 5 on the Columbia springer fishing. So it's not like it's out of bounds that it's March 18th, 19th, whatever the heck it is right now. Yeah, March 20th. March 20th.
Jeez, dude. Yeah.
Usually, I would always say I would always
do a
start
trip on
guided
March
trips.
25th.
Yeah, usually I would start. Yeah, last year I started on March 25th, which was a mistake, just because everything just locked up in the lower river, and even for that much, there wasn't even that many fish. It just like took a while. But usually I start St. Patrick's Day. Usually I was always like St. Patrick's Day. That's when I'm out there trolling every day,
Really?
trying to grind them. And then the last couple of years, it's just changed. I've
Why
got
is
my
that?
own beliefs. Why is that? Well, why do you think it is?
Look at the river right now.
Honestly,
perfect.
if I had one thing to
Not
say that's
what's in it.
it's probably global warming.
Global warming, yeah. Yeah, because global warming would, I think, warm up the
That
water
or sea lions,
sooner,
let me think.
and then
One of the
that or
two.
sea lions. So, to me, it's 100% the sea lions, and I know they're eating smelt, and I know everyone's excited about that. But the bottom line is when those salmon show up, and there's 1,000 sea lions sitting in front of them, and there's only 10 of them showing up a day, and yeah, they're eating smelt, but those smelt runs are dying off. They're starting to probably get a little thin. Those early fish die. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I know they're here to eat smelt. We can hook a fish, and you'll have them over there sitting there eating smelt. Those ones, you're not worrying about your salmon being hooked. I get it. But there's no other reason, because with global warming, you would think maybe our run would be a little earlier, but it's just not. And I think when you only have a few fish entering the gauntlet of sea lions every year, early, they die. Or they're getting chased off, or something's happening. Like, we're not catching springers like we did 10 years ago. Even with the additional global warming, thank you, Inslee, that is not happening. So, like, what's happening is there's only an increase in pinniped population.
Yep.
And now, until you actually get real numbers of springers that act like cannon fodder for each other, you just don't see them in the upper. You don't see them. Like, they're not. They're. You got to have the strength in numbers to get a few through, because a lot of them are dying. Like, we can.
What about the steelhead though? There's quite a few steelhead still coming in the river.
There is. There absolutely is. I think
tells me it's a great run.
which we've been saying it's been a great run of steelhead for months, even before the sea lions get. But then again, you also.
Well, what I'm saying is, don't the steelhead act as the same way?
I
The little ones that
out of the
block it?
10 that I killed 3 days ago,
they all had marks.
right? Half of them
And that's
did.
what I've noticed too.
Half of them did. So, like, they're not, the steelhead aren't just skating by either. I do believe we have once again, strength in numbers.
Yep.
Like, you're getting some through. A couple weeks ago when we had the higher water, I think that helped, the higher, muddier water, and more smelt. But I think when you get into this time frame where that smelt's starting to taper off, it's starting to die off, like it was all over. They were all over the Lewis. They were all over the Cowlitz.
Yep.
And now as you got 10,000 sea lions sitting out there. What the hell are they going to eat? Do you think they're just going to pass up on a springer sitting there?
It's
So-
time that our state removes funding.
Well, yeah, I mean, no one ever said we managed it. No one ever said we managed anything correctly, so don't worry about that. Yeah. Regardless, it's just, to me, like, that's why those runs are getting later and later. And when we do something about it, like the Oregon City situation in Steelhead a couple years ago, what happens?
Yeah.
Immediate results,
Yeah,
because we
it was.
changed something. If we don't
Right.
change anything in Lower Columbia, nothing's going to change. So I'm going to go springer fishing on March 29th.
Yep.
You guys will catch them beforehand. I know guys that caught them today. I mean, they'll be fish caught, but
Definition
is.
of
March
stupidity.
29th?
Doing
that's
the
when
same thing.
I first dedicated, like, I'm out there trolling no matter what. And honestly, if it's not that good, I'll go steelheading.
I don't blame you with the numbers you're getting.
It's just,
Heck
it is
yeah.
what it is. So what do you guys think it is? Think it's a sea lion problem? I mean,
I saw
they
a lot
didn't get
of
to
people-
2,000. They don't get to
Pinniped.
2,000 pounds eating kelp.
Micah, yes, definitely a pinniped problem. Andrew, banned sea lions.
I mean, we can.
Cam's voice needs to be heard at the Capitol.
Oh yeah, Jimmy. They want to hear my voice.
They do.
Yeah.
They need to hear it.
Maybe with $1 million in my pocket, they'll hear my voice. But that's going to probably be what it's going to take to get anything
Domesticate
to happen.
orcas.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's why I don't get it. I mean, dude, you guys, my earliest springer I've ever caught was February 6th, and that same year I caught one on the 9th. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So like that, I used to go just
I always bring this up
bonkers.
every time we talk about this, but I have a day that I remember. It was March 9th, and me and Lonnie hooked like 12.
Dude, there were years where if you weren't getting like 2 for 3 or 1 for 2, like you're having multiple bites the last week of February, just sitting out at Warrior Rock like everybody else. I'll just say it. I don't care. That's all changed now. Go chase that report. Good luck. Like you weren't like in it. You know what I mean? Like you had to be there. And we were having multiple bites in February. And that's just like,
Well, and you wanted to be there, right?
right. Oh yeah, because
you wanted to be
you
there.
wanted to be there because there was a very good chance that if you knew your
Exactly.
stuff, you were going to hook a few.
Yep.
And now it's like, I know some of the best
What about low? You know, like in the fall, everyone chases the fish and goes way downriver. Do people do that? I mean, can you just go down there and chase them?
I think there are guys that are going down and chasing them, but you go, for me, people, all the lower river fishermen just their heart just stopped because they think I'm going to say like that's the best place in the world. But you have the rivers this wide and you have other channels, and so the lower river fishermen that really understand springers and how they move through all those islands, all those channels on the tide can find success. But you also have a very big area that you have to find a very few fish in. In the fall, when we have a million fish, literally a million fish coming back, you know, you can you can be close. No,
Playing devil's advocate, though, those fish are so bitey.
They are.
You could see one springer and he could...
Right. He can be bitey, but if there's only 10 in a 4-mile section, good luck. When there's 2,000 in a 4-mile section and half of them are bitey, well, your odds are pretty good. So I'm not saying don't go down there. I'm not saying you have to go down there, but realize like you have big tides. Your tides are bigger. You got to really have an understanding like how those fish are moving on the tides, where they're holding up, where there's like gnarlier conditions, more coastal stuff. But as you move up into the Portland, Vancouver area, the river does thin down and it turns into one channel. And then it's like, okay, what side of the river? You're not like, oh, am I in this side channel? I'm on this bank.
That's always confusing. And so what side to be on?
Right. Well, even with that, but now, but down in the lower river, you have 3 channels that they could be in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Perfect.
Like, so you have three different channels with 2 sides apiece. And now you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know.
It is a thing. I'm not saying they don't catch them down there because they do. But you better have a very strong understanding because I will say it's a lot easier to catch them upriver. When the river necks down, you're going to tell me when there was 25,000 boats at the I-5 bridge for all those years for a reason. The reason why that was occurring, guys, is because like they even neck down even more. So Clint can say shh, but I don't think he was there. So
dude, I like
let's not bring that back.
Fish them at Bonneville and boats.
Right, Bonneville Dam. There you go. Case in point, like why was Bonneville so effective and so good that they shut it down and didn't let us fish anymore? Because it necked them down even more with the current and it made it too good. So you understand my point. There are fish in the river. There are everywhere. The lower river guys, all that good stuff. But so pick your poison. Flip a coin. Go low and be the first guy to crack at them. But you're going to deal with a lot of area, bigger tides, or wait till they move up.
Moving fish.
And you'll fish a little thinner area and you a little less guesswork out of it and more, you know, odds are you might run into a few more. It's just, that's what it is. So that answers all the lower river questions. That's all I'm going to say on that.
What does Mark Ackrell have to say? Mark? England Marine? Mark?
Is he on there?
Is he on here?
Crickets. But he's turning in his seat right now.
Why?
Just hearing about the lower river talk.
Oh, God. Well, they have
Anyways,
to, I mean,
moving on.
that's the way salmon work, right? They swim through there and then they get caught.
I mean, guys know that I just think guys know there's fish down there.
Yeah, it's not a thing like I don't rush to it. I don't go to it. I mean, guys do. Guys don't. I know a lot of people that catch them upriver. I mean, obviously, but they are salmon. They do have to swim through there just like they do at Buoy 10, and we start down there and we move up. But I think it's a numbers game. Yeah,
I agree.
It's a numbers game, and so, yeah. So yeah.
Fewer fish spread out and tough.
I want to go down there this year just because. To try one day because I think it'd be fun to do something.
Give it a shot. I mean, to put it in perspective, the fish that was brought into Fisherman's Marine on February 14th up in the Willamette did swim through the lower Columbia.
Exactly.
Like it's how it works. Like he didn't teleport to frickin' wherever they caught it, and up here. Like
and there's a few other places that they turn off before they get to us too.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Jared, I don't care because like I said, that's the way salmon work. They swim through the lower river and they end up here. Good luck.
Couldn't you just target like some of the tributaries where the ones go in the lower river?
Possibly. You look at your stocking reports. I don't do it. I mean, I don't know. I've never fished them. But yeah, there's lots of good luck. I mean, go get them.
I want to try. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, go give it a shot.
A challenge.
I'll go steelheading.
You're not. You're going to be out there.
No.
Cam said the same thing last year. Oh, I ain't going to go. And then next thing we know, he's out there trolling around.
Once a couple buddies get them.
Yeah.
They got them today. And guess what? I'm just going to say it. They weren't in the lower river. So there you go. Surprising.
The guys I know in the lower river smashed them.
Shut up. I'm just saying. So, yeah.
Okay, guys. Let's get another price pack going, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's get one here.
So, anyways, that's the timing rundown, guys. Like, guys have been. I bet there's guys that have been catching them for a couple weeks. You know, a lot of the early stuff is real quiet. And
Are we giving away this leaderboard? Because the guy hasn't chimed up yet?
if you didn't turn in,
Huh?
I'll hold it in the lost.
You can hold it? Okay. It's in the lost and found.
Yeah.
He's the biggest thief you have on the staff, isn't he?
yeah, Jimmy said just Cam will be bass fishing. Well, actually, this weekend I will be.
Exactly. So will I.
Exactly. Yes,
Guys,
sir.
do not go anywhere because tonight
Yep.
we do have some big prizes we're going to be giving away. We have some pretty big prizes that we're going to be drawing for at some point tonight before the night's over. I don't know when. Just kind of depends on when I feel like.
Pretty big prizes.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big. Guys, one quick announcement. Steelhead Alley. If you guys are in the Great Lakes region at all, we will be in Erie, Pennsylvania on April 21st, premiering our movie Steelhead Alley. A lot of you guys came out in Puyallup, Portland, Redmond, and watched the movie with us. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. It was a great time for us. Love to hang out with all you guys, but we want to hang out with all you people out there in the Midwest. So head over to the website, get your tickets. You can see the link down below, addicted.fishing. We still got a bunch of tickets. We want to fill this thing up. It's going to be at the Bayfront Convention Center, and it should be a really, really good time. So
Can I plug in there? Don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, what do you-
yeah. It's just, if you haven't done it, it's an experience. So there's people that have flown here from Ohio for this show, you know, the Portland show to see the bash. From what other places? You guys are signing autographs and talking to people from all over the place.
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
guys drive from Canada every year down to come see it with
it's
us.
pretty wild.
And why do they do that? There's
It's-
a reason for
yeah,
it.
it's just
It's an experience that until you've had it, you just don't understand.
There's a
It's-
reason we call it a bash, because it really is a big party with a lot of fishermen and anglers and hunters that are all like-minded, and it is a damn good time.
And it's fun, and there's a ton of giveaways, and it's almost like a concert type atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's just it's a rocking, especially with the light shows this year. And my gosh, you guys are going off the hook. Anyways,
Appreciate it, Scott.
Check it. Oh yeah, just absolutely. Check it out. It is an experience, and the people in the Midwest, guys and gals, are in for a real treat.
In for a treat.
Yeah, Paul, where he said, oh, I can't wait to go to a bash close to home. Where are you from? Just curious.
And Chet, thank you for the
Do
support.
they send tickets
Yes.
to the mail once you buy?
No, you will get tickets in your
Good
email. Yep, there'll be a
question.
digital
Good
ticket that'll
question.
fall. It'll probably be a week or two before the bash starts. We're working on the digital tickets right now, so stay tuned. But there was guys at both Puyallup and Portland that didn't get their digital tickets for some reason. It bounced or something. All you have to have is your receipt. Just show up to the door with your receipt on your phone. We'll get you in. No problem. Okay, guys, we're going to give away a fillet away fish mat and a moonshine lure hat. So if you guys want an opportunity to win this, we're still going to have a whole bunch of Springer prep talk. We got a whole bunch of leaderboards here. We're going to talk all sorts of prep before the night's over. So let's get a bunch more people in here. Thumbs up the video if you can for me, guys. It looks like we got just over 300 people in here now. So thumbs up the video. Share it out there. Text message some buddies. Share it on Facebook. Share it to some Facebook groups. And then drop a comment below and let us know when is the first day you're going to go spring salmon fishing. And if you're not going spring salmon fishing because you're not in the Columbia or you don't live here, just comment, I don't
Just
live
comment
here.
some random date where you think you'd want to go.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Yeah, let's hear it. When's everyone going to get out and start chasing these things? Or maybe you already have. You could also say that. Maybe you're already after them. We're just curious what's going on.
Maybe you've already caught 4 of them.
Ooh, maybe. Maybe.
Millennial slurry. I like the millennial slurry, by the way. Millennials. Somebody's asking about the millennial slurry. I like it. I think it's a great idea.
Are they reading this
the
chat?
mulch?
Yes, we are reading this
The
chat.
mulch.
Whoever just said that. The mulch. You call it the
He calls
slurry.
it a mulch. It is more of a slurry to me, but he calls it mulch. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that mulch. That's a great idea. And it smells really fishy. I'm
March
excited.
30th, April 1st.
Out this week already, no bites. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that this time of year, guys, wherever you go.
He says April 15th.
There you go.
1st.
A lot of guys, I mean, dude, for me, my Springer season's May, or it's going to be really April 28th.
Slurry or mulch. It is mulch.
Do mine.
I call it slurry. Sorry.
Oh, I see
it
a
is
bunch,
mulch.
couple people saying they're fishing with Jason out of the raft. Nice.
April 4th.
Past Woodland on off. Yeah, I mean, there's guys that are.
I don't have
Get
salmon
after
where
it.
I live.
Well,
Shane,
that's
well then
okay,
come
Sam.
here.
It looks like you need to come put the Pacific Northwest on a bucket list, dude. You'll get here someday and catch
A lot of people waiting till April. A lot of people.
See you in that April 3rd.
A lot of people still steelhead fishing. And I
Attaboy,
can't
Chet.
blame you. I'm going
Yeah.
to be steelhead fishing as well. Me and Jordan are going to head away for a little weekend next weekend and go chase them. And yeah, we've all been steelhead fishing our butts off lately.
After Easter, that's getting late.
May 10th.
I know Buddy's gotten 3 springers already, but he fishes every day starting the 1st of Feb. Yeah. I mean, you got to put some time in for them early ones now because they're all getting eaten. Not by us, but yes. They
Well,
are
I just
out-
tells
they
you.
are out
Started
there.
the 1st of Feb, he's got 3
Yeah.
springers.
Hey, he's doing better than me.
Way
Those
better. Great
you
numbers,
know?
right?
But, you know, that's that. If you go out February 10th thinking you're going to hook 3 or 4 springers, you are
Those are the hardcore.
sadly mistaken. Yep.
Challenge accepted.
Yep.
I'm not sure, Droopy Droop.
I just had an ad during a live feed. That's never happened before. 2 people said that.
That must be a YouTube thing, guys. I have no idea.
Oh, freaking YouTube.
Chase says your latest YouTube video was killer. Appreciate it, Chase. If you guys haven't seen that, we just uploaded an episode with Jordan, Colt, and Hayden fishing, and Hayden just mops the floor with Jordan and Colt. Catches all the fish.
Good job, Hayden.
Attaboy,
It's a really good
The
episode.
silent killer.
And he catches them all in the puff, which is really cool.
Does he talk?
Barely.
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 So him
funny.
versus
He'll
Sean.
say, cool.
Him
Jordan
versus
will be
Sean.
like, so, Colt, Hayden, tell us what's going on. And they'll be like, well, we just caught a steelhead. And then that's like,
Are you excited?
It's like-
Yeah.
but it's a really, really good episode. It's a good energy. Jordan makes some tuna dip.
Tuna dip. Good energy. Yeah, I caught a steelhead.
Yeah,
No,
as
it's
well.
Jordan.
Fun.
Jordan makes up for it. Trust
There
me.
you go. Of course.
Trust me. All right, Clint, let's pick the winner for this one here.
Colt is smolt now. I like that.
Yeah, he's smolt.
A lot of people are talking about the ads. It must be because you guys are killing it on YouTube. YouTube
Brian.
figured it
It
out.
might be. Let me look.
Bomb. Brian
I mean,
Bomb.
YouTube's struggling, so they got to put ads on our stuff now. You know, that's probably the way of the world. You know, hey. You know,
Well, watch
it is
the
what
ads,
it
guys,
is.
because we appreciate it. It helps us make money. We got Brian Baum here. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address, and let us know that you won the flayaway mat
Clint's fault.
and the
for
moonshine
ads.
hat, and we'll get it out to you.
It might be a setting. I'll look.
Clint's fault for the ads. I concur. I concur. I concur.
I concur. Okay.
All right. Let's talk some super baits and some plats since we got Mr. Scott Call in here. I think in the subsequent weeks we'll probably talk a little more bait and stuff. Get some other guys for that, but we've got the master of the skinny minis and the master of the freaking mini cut plugs and cut
And
plugs, the
super bait
KCPs
right here.
and the super
Who
bait.
needs bait when you got the super bait?
That's right. So
Don't
what's
have
the,
to worry
what's the
about
word?
short bites. Any of that stuff.
What's the word? You guys, let's hear it. Let's just start the conversation. Let's just kill the elephant in the room right now. Favorite Springer color? Go. Oh, we got a super chat though, real quick. Just curious how you guys would approach salmon fishing in New England as opposed to Washington. Keep up the great work, fellas. Love the content.
I've never caught an Atlantic salmon.
I
That's an
have
Atlantic?
no idea.
Yeah.
It's probably an Atlantic.
It's an Atlantic salmon.
I want to go out
no
there
idea.
for sure and chase those things.
I have no idea on that. I wouldn't even know where to start. Other than Drew, our
Start with
Peacock
Jordan
Bass
and
guy,
stay
goes
around.
and does it, and
Yeah, that's what
but
he
they
said.
fish for like a week and get like 5, and they're
But they're nice.
stoked.
They're nice
Yeah,
ones.
no, they're stoked on it. That's it's like Springer fishing in February. Yeah, that's literally all I know
Fly
about.
fishing for them, though, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
A lot of people are, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you only caught 5.
That's
All
why
right,
they're called
VMAC,
starvation
Twisted
sticks for a
Sister,
reason.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Oh, he means Great Lakes. Great Lakes. New England. Is New England Great Lakes?
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it?
Sure.
No. I don't know. I feel like.
I know there's
Yeah,
Atlantic.
hold on. The guy from the East Coast is saying no, it's not
Yeah.
Great Lakes.
I
Yeah,
know there's
didn't.
Atlantic salmon in the Great Lakes for sure.
Oh,
100
okay.
150.
But is New England Great Lakes though, or would it be the Atlantic?
No,
so.
just ask this guy. He's the one commenting.
Yeah.
Springer Zinger right there.
Yeah. Favorite colors, guys. I'm seeing those guys. Has Cam done his wacky rig challenge yet? No, Andrew. Unfortunately, it's been a very busy steelhead season. I have not had another chance to go film yet. I should maybe reapproach that. I wonder if I could do it where I'm fishing right now. Oh, we are getting rain next week. Might help
Don't
things.
do it, because I'm going to win that bet, remember?
You never took that bet. Marlon did. You never took that bet.
No.
We're not talking about that. Favorite colors of super baits. We're not squirreling on Clint right now.
Yeah, guys. Whenever we get off onto a squirrel moment, it's usually Clint's fault.
Yeah. See, yeah, freaking Clint. Gosh, dang it, Clint. Ugh. Now everyone's talking about New England. Okay, there's a Mexican hat color, chartreuse,
Or like Connecticut.
hot tamale.
It died.
Oh,
Here, no, just leave it. I'll just do this.
Attaboy, chat. Groucho.
Come on, guys. Favorite spring Chinook. Let's keep it more Springer-centric colors of super baits. Rotten bananas. See, that's what's great about super baits, because like so far, there's two Mexicans.
Let me see the side
There's
cam.
Marlins.
Let me see the side cam. Clip, go to side cam.
There's two
I
guys.
don't want to just know colors. I want to know what people prefer. Like, do they like?
Okay,
Scott, what do we got here? The KCP. Mm-hmm. And then we got the mini.
That's the mini. That's the mini.
And then we got the
These are the standard cut plugs.
let's see.
here. And then we got the skinny. So point at them here.
Okay, skinny minis, guys.
Oh, just skinnies.
Skinnies.
Just skinnies.
Just skinnies.
Freudian slip there.
Yep.
Skinnies.
Skinnies. Minis. Those
Mini
see
cut
skinny minis. That's what I said. Minis.
Cut plug.
Standard cut plug size. And then way over here, small KCPs next to a mini. So that's a mini there. Next to. And for kokanee, KCP, that's what it stands for.
So if any of
Kokanee
you guys
cut
use
plug.
those for springers,
But-
what do you like? You like the skinnies? You like the minis? Do you like the
Okay,
regular
here we go.
cuts?
Someone said skinnies all day. David said skinnies all day. Skinny Twisted Sister. Now we're getting it. We need to know here what to stock on the website.
Right there.
I mean, we need to know what to fish.
Cop car.
What do we got? Cop car. Ooh.
Skinny.
Twisted Sister. That's my
KCP
favorite
all
color.
day.
Skinny, rotten banana, Mexican hat. What size, guys? Everybody knows about these. Shopping tomorrow, says Barry. Yep.
Original.
Yep. The OG.
Cut plugs.
Cut
Skinnies.
plugs are bait.
Minis.
Mini. I like minis for springers. I've always been a pretty big fan of the minis.
Were the minis called 3.0 at one time?
The minis are 3.0. Yep. But I have to say that one's pretty dang fishy for
Mini cut.
springers.
That is a fishy color.
there you
The
go.
white one. What's the color?
With the glow.
What's that called?
That's the Netzel special.
Which one, this guy?
This guy, it's
Yeah.
got the glow on it. And it's just turning into one of my favorite play. Well, that's the one that Jordan was doing so well with down in Chile.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's super
But
fishy.
you guys get the idea on the size. So now that we got the terminology here, original behind a triangle KCP or a mini for a 360. Yeah, see, that's why I do like a lot of the minis. They run very well behind 360s.
Yes, and
they're
yes.
just kind of the
triangle
right
and 360.
size. Oh yeah, and triangles too, for sure.
So guys, one of the main reasons we're talking about all this is obviously this episode's about Springer prep. And one of the things that you definitely need to do is stock up on super baits. I wouldn't say that just because even though Brad's and Scott is one of our sponsors, I have done the same thing for 15 years because it seems like whenever you need them, you can't get them. And so you might already be too late anyway. I have no idea. Scott, is there stores that got super baits in stock?
Oh yeah,
Okay, sweet.
yeah. Fisherman's just got some. They just got some. Bob's got some. Bob's got some more coming. Yeah. The new Anglers Unlimited.
Sweet.
Woodland's got some. So yeah. Sportco's always got them, and Sportco's a great spot. Just go sportco.com, and if not in there, say please alert me when this comes in, and they will. Literally, as you're scanning it in the back door,
I
they'll
think
get an
Fish
email.
USA has some too.
Fish USA's got some. Yep.
And that's a sleeper.
And that was great meeting those guys from Fish USA at the show.
awesome.
Yeah, that was great seeing them there.
They're awesome dudes.
They are a sleeper, but they are definitely on the radar for I think a lot of salmon fishermen now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can get a lot at Fish USA for sure. So let's talk about your hook setup now, because now that we're
Right.
talking about prep, let's go to side cam here, Scott, and let's look at some of these hook setups. Let's see.
So getting ready for the
So
season,
many options.
you're not gonna run obviously like one hook harness for all these different baits.
I don't. And if anybody had stopped by the shows and talked with me and said, hey, what's the key to your success? I'll repeat it here, and sorry if you've already heard this, but I will rig up several different types, several different colors, several different sizes, maybe a dozen. I will stuff them with tuna. I will hang them in a bucket. I'll put a dual lock on them, and then everybody in my boat, I'll say, hey, this is a dual lock. This is how it works. Every time you reel in, take one off, unclip the dual lock, put it in the bucket, grab a new one, put it on. That way we're never having to really worry about, that one color or that one size, because you're every 15, 20 minutes you're going through them.
Yeah.
And you're letting the fish tell you what it is. So, in any given year, any time of the day, I can't tell you if it's going to be a mini or a kokanee or a standard or OG. And that's why even on this leaderboard, you see different, and
Go
we
to
see
side
it
cam.
from the side cam, you see just all sorts of different configurations here, hook setups. You got trebles with octopus, you got, double octopus sickles, you've got a Siwash, we got a double treble setup, all sorts of different setups with beads, without beads. Some people think that the beads really make a difference, and that some people say at times, and you being a fish biologist and your experience.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So you can catch.
Well, just let me ask you this, because some people swear by this, that they can tell when there's a bead bite on a super bait, which makes no sense to me, but.
That one I've never heard, but I don't generally fish a lot of beads like with my super bait, so maybe I'm missing the boat. Might be missing the boat.
How you have that rigged up, that's how I like to fish them.
Yeah, big old
This
stack
one here?
of six.
Yeah.
Six mils.
Yeah, so a bunch of different ways you can do that, because what you're looking is to get the hook back behind the bait, and so that's what that is doing there. This is another rigging. We actually came up with this out of necessity because this was down when we're fishing down in
That's the only way Jordan does it.
Tahoe, right? Yeah. So we actually didn't have beads, and we were fishing these, and so we came up with that rigging, and that was super effective.
He said down in Chile, which they are hooking
Big fish.
a big fish, but they're also hooking a lot. So like Cameron likes to say, it's a target-rich environment.
Yeah.
He said by far, you land way more fish with that hook setup than you do any sort of double hook setup.
I agree. And
Because
what
he
we're talking
said this
about-
just gets pinned right in the corner of the mouth every
Yeah.
single time, and you very rarely lose them, and you seem to get them.
Absolutely agree. And having that bead chain, they're just turning and turning and turning and just driving that hook. And you've got a big gap, right? With a big Siwash, you've got that big purchase spot, which you're going to get stuck
And
in
we
the
saw
corner.
the same thing at Pyramid.
We did.
At Pyramid Lake, Cam, we were running all sorts of double hook setups. The second we put that on, we barely ever lost another fish.
Yeah.
It begs the question, like, when I was up on the Nishigak, it's like we'd run a single hook on a plug and just hang them all, and then down here just tear our freaking eyeballs out trying to like run double trebles and Siwash hung back stuff, and like, yeah, I remember going up there and landing about 90% of them on a single freaking Siwash, and then we don't do it. I don't know. Fishermen are stupid.
Yeah. Because they love tying two hooks.
So anyway, you can see a good theme here. And again, going back to the Springer prep idea, guys, one thing is just pre-tie all your stuff ahead of time. The last thing you want to be doing is out on the river trying to tie a super bait up. That's just the most, I've had
And
to do
stuffing
it.
with tuna. I mean, you're
and it
just so
sucks.
much more efficient. Having that in the bucket, take it out, you clip it right on, you're right back out fishing. That bite you're in might be 5 minutes.
A lot of people are asking like size wise and stuff like that. So let's start with let's kind of maybe give like just a quick rundown on like the type of super bait and then like what hook size is on it, because I mean right here, so this is a triple rig, guys, on an original. It's going to be, it looks like about a size 2 treble hook, and then 2 single 3/0. So that's one way rig. That's going to be a 6 mil bead right there, and all that bead is doing is preventing that hook from sliding up into the bait itself. It's just keeping it separated. And then one thing you're going to notice is a common theme for at least all these originals and a lot of the minis is, see that back hook? It's not going to end up hanging on that. Like, there's going to be spacing provided either by the beads or by the rubber band or something to keep those hooks from this hook just sitting there laying, it's stuck in the rubber, of course, from laying like up. I can't do this one hand. I'm trying to do that one-handed. Please show what I'm trying to do. So you've got clearance on the back side of that bait.
You don't want it hanging up here.
You don't want that hook laying on the side of the bait up there. Like there we go. Like, show that if you can. Pull that damn thing off. This is not working. Because you're going to see this with all these baits. Like, however you do it, you want to make sure you have that clearance, because if that hook lays up against the bait, you're not going to get like the maximum spin achieved. So if that hook is laid up against the bait like that,
You do not want that.
You do not want that. You don't want that hanging. Also,
You want
do
clearance.
that again. Swing that up there again, and then turn the hook over on it like it would be if it was no other way, like against it. That's the other thing. Like, now look, now you're preventing. You guys can't really see that. There we go. You're kind of preventing that hook point from being exposed.
Not
and
kind
actually,
of. It's you're
you're not going to get anything with that sucker there. So with all these baits, whether it's the beads, whether it's the rubber band, whether it's just the single bead and then doing a triple hook rig and having those baits hanging down there, that is the key, absolute critical critical factor when you're using a hard plastic bait versus like a soft, like piece of herring or anchovy.
Yeah, and let's clarify. This rig here, we can fish in the river. You know, we never fish this in the salt.
Yep.
You
Oh
know,
yeah, of course. I mean,
trouble's not allowed, but
like they're saying, single hook being allowed down there.
yeah. So different fisheries do your own thing. Know the rigs, but yeah, different rigs here. The other thing too is you can, like this rig here. If you can see this one.
Take it out, because that's the rig that I'm surprised. Like with a single hook rig, that's the rig that needs to be getting used. So the bobber stop rig. This is the rig that I prefer. Take that off, man.
The whole thing?
Yeah, it's kind of. Because the other thing is too is you guys got to be careful, because you can add a lot of stuff to your super baits, but you're also going to reduce the spin, and depending on how fast you're trolling and where you're going to be, like, man, I don't understand why that guy at the certain lake for springers fishing is using the same super bait I have, but he's catching 10 times more than me. Well, there's a reason.
Different riggings.
Different riggings. He's making his bait spin more efficiently. Like that is one thing about the super baits. Like it's almost practically like plug fishing. Like if you have plugs that aren't in tune, that aren't functioning correctly, like your odds of catching goes down to about 10% of what you would catch with something that is spinning effectively by far. So right here, guys, this is the one setup that I really like to use, because what that bobber stop does is if you trim those ends a little bit, it kind of alleviates a lot of the gaudiness and the stuff that's already going to be with these two hooks hanging there. But you kind of get rid of that, and it lets that bait really spin on that. And then, of course, that bobber stop is adjustable. So like then I can get my hook gapping, like that hook's hanging down, you know, a little far. If you don't like it, you can move it in. But man, start playing with that, and just literally put that in the water, run it your troll speed, and then move it an inch, and then look at it again. It will be different. Great advice. I've seen that the issue, dude. That is the key to catching. At least for me, anyways, the key to catching when I'm running the super baits. Critical. Like the difference of catching them and not.
So very similar to that, one of the riggings that I'm doing is I'm taking on the bottom bead, I'm doing a double. I'm going back through twice on the bottom bead.
Yeah, I love that setup. This is, if you're going to run for minis and then for kokanee cut plugs, I love this setup. Especially with kokanee cut plugs, as being just a smaller bait in general. This is a mini.
It's deadly.
But just having a little bit smaller bait and really wanting to have a lot of action on that when trolling for kokanee, like you don't want to dog and you don't want to weigh those baits down. Like they don't fish as effectively.
So that's a similar effect with a different way of doing it.
Oh, what the? Whoa! I haven't seen this, but that's a good idea.
So you heard Cameron just mention the size of the tag on this. The reason I have long tags on this is because it slips and you got to tighten it down.
Yep.
And I'm always retightening. In a perfect world, yeah, I would have smaller, but I've got kind of big hands, and this works for me. So instead of that, you can switch to something like this.
Oh, that's dirty. See,
So
I'm
you
learning
just
something today.
Double loop through the bottom. But what this does is...
So slide this up so people can see that basically, guys, that bead is just pinned in there. And you guys, I don't know if you can see that line is wrapped. Yeah, they can kind of see it there, yeah. That
also
line
see your
is
dirty ass
wrapped
hands. What
Dude,
in the
you know what
world?
that's from?
God.
That's from
I don't
my
want to know where
freaking.
it's from.
Well, first off, I was steelhead fishing today, but that's from the tiller. Running the tiller all day. But yeah, like,
and I've never had a bead break, never had a bead crush, never had a line breakage there, and it's the same thing. So you can adjust that and set the hooks back further if you're getting short bites.
You can really. Wow, that's a good. Frick, I learned something today. I like that. I like that.
So you see, also I've got different color hooks. These are chrome hooks. You know, I've got black hooks, I got red hooks, and again, I just let the fish tell me what they want.
Chrome barbless ones.
You think the color of the hook makes a difference?
I think there are times in the salt where red could make a difference, especially when that red jellyfish crap is around, and salmon don't like that. I think it can. I also think there are times where chrome can make a difference, just the sparkle in it. Yeah, but down in the salt, I obviously fish in chrome because I don't want them to rushed out. So
one of the things we learned from Mustad as we've been developing our hooks that they were very adamant against is any sort of color on the hook, because it dulls the hook.
It does.
Any sort of paint or anything like that, it tends to dull the hook a little bit.
It does. Yep, it's another step that covers the tip. So you see, none of these are the same exact size leader. Everybody
like
says,
that,
"Oh, I
Scott.
do
I'll
a
be
28
trying
inch
this
leader
season.
or
Yeah.
32." Or
are-
I'm doing a bunch of different ones and letting the fish tell me what they want. Because, like my wife, I'm not smart enough to know what she wants, so I just do
Just think. No, I'm not
different
going to
things
say what I was
and
going
then
to say
try
right there.
and learn from her. and-
Yeah. It's like asking your wife where you want to go for dinner or something like that, and there's like 25 billion options. You got to pick the right one.
Me and you just talked about that yesterday.
I know. Yeah. Wives are salmon. That's pretty much exactly.
Wives
are
are
just like
salmon.
salmon. They just pick whatever the hell they want.
I did not do this work. This is not me. I don't care what
You
What
literally
squirrel?
sat there.
What
You
squirrel?
literally sat there
Just
for
squirrels?
20 minutes and waited to say that, and now you caused the biggest squirrel of the whole freaking day, bro.
Hey, bye.
Get that camera out of my face.
David Tyndall, chrome is the money and the salt.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I can see that. Little,
And
little
somebody,
extra
I'm sorry I
flashy.
missed the name, but they said they have much better luck with beads than bobber stops.
Yep. I mean, extra color, flash, visibilities. I don't know. I mean, dude, Sam, like we just got done talking about, salmon kind of choose what the hell they want, and super.
They both work.
They do both work. I'm not
Honestly,
saying they don't.
these all work, and you take it a step further, and you can even go and not run it through that top hole there, and do a wacky rig. So all sorts of different options for you here. And somebody's just asking about types of tuna. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
What are you
Starting
stuffing it with?
chest or bumblebee.
Go new comments, bud.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm just using tuna and oil. And generally, I'm not draining off much of the oil. A lot of people dump all the oil out. I
Yeah,
don't.
that's kind of crazy.
You should never dump the oil out.
No, that's just blasphemy.
That's what you need.
Some people dump the oil out and then replace it with other oil.
Interesting.
Yep, guys, I had to take a
But I
snack
mean,
break.
it's like seems like there's more action with a 3-hook setup. I'd say you get the action by getting the hooks off the bait and getting more spin, but you know that some places you can't also use 3 hooks. So.
Yep, I definitely use a worm for springers. Me and Lonnie caught a springer one time plunking a worm. It was hilarious.
Funny you say
Fish
that.
USA.
One of our good buddies yesterday caught a springer on a worm.
That's awesome.
Pink worm.
That's awesome.
I said
Clint's
it.
showing some Fish USA selection
I said
here.
it.
There's a Groucho. Somebody chose that Groucho as their favorite Springer color.
Just look at the ones that are out of stock, guys. Those are the good colors. Lemon lime. You need to find that one.
Pink magic. There it is. Pink magic.
Actually,
There's
they
the
have some
Seahawk. They do have a lot of good colors in
really
stock.
good colors in stock. Yeah.
What about that Wonder Bread? Is that among
Wonder Bread, yeah, especially in the Great Lakes and the deeper parts of the Sound and the ocean. People
to
are
the
trolling
originals,
deep.
Clint.
We actually just recreated that Wonder Bread. So we've taken the crinkle off that, the crinkle wrap that's on that. It's got, I don't have one here, but Clint just had it up.
Oh, sorry, Scott. What did you
we're
call
good.
this one again?
That's the Netzel Special,
The Netzel Special is the silver one with the white top and the glitter.
and it's money.
And it's the Wetzel or Netzel?
Netzel,
And?
James Netzel.
James Netzel.
Yep.
I like it.
Pro staffer down out of California.
Twisted Sister in stock.
Seahawk and stock. Yeah, really good selection.
Well, sweet.
I like this idea.
Let's talk some other prep stuff, Cam, because we can't just talk super baits. This is a Springer prep episode. What else are you doing to get ready?
This time of year, new lines, new backings.
So for
mean,
trolling, what
All your
pound-
reels, you're changing all your reels out to
Yep.
new lines.
I always do it at the start of the year.
You start it fresh for the full season?
Yep. 65-pound enforcer,
65.
orange. A lot of guys will use 50. I'm like 65, but they could probably use a little less lead than I do. But
The last thing you want, guys, is to
Yeah.
get out there and
I
troll
know.
for days and days and days and days and then break a fish on a line failure, especially a braid main line failure.
yeah, that should never happen because you shouldn't be using 50-pound leaders for springers either, unless you like hook and sea lions, and then let it rip because there's a little bit of that going on out there too. Because believe it or not, they actually do like to eat our herring as well.
What about your flashers?
Getting
Do you go through
flashers
and
ready?
clean them?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely clean them. This one looks like absolute garbage, but making sure I've got a great assortment of flashers as long as there's chrome in it. That's it. Nothing else to say there.
As long as there's chrome.
As long as it's chrome.
gotta have some
As long as it's
chrome.
Yeah, chrome reflects everything, but if the waters get dirtier in the Columbia, like obviously like our twisted addiction stuff, like the fluorescence and the triangles, no brainer. Like those things that weight. I mean, when that turbidity gets down to 3 foot and less, like I think those fluorescent baits get a little more, attention from the springers
Yeah.
for whatever damn reason. Go ahead and science that
And
up.
what
I don't
pound
care.
leader are you typically running?
So, let's talk. So the main line's 65, 50, or 65 pound braid. There's no reason to go anything less than that. There's really no reason to go mono there too, just because of the thickness, and you're gonna have to use even more lead, and the stretch. You don't need it. You don't want it. But then, like in front of my flashers, in front of my triangles, anything from 50 to 200 pound. On those triangles, it doesn't seem to matter like at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know freaking pop-off is wire,
Yeah.
titanium wire.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to lose a flasher that way. That's good. But on your leaders, for my springers, I will run like a 30 or a 40 pound. Kind of depends on if I'm going to be fighting sea lions or not. But a lot of times, like if I'm in like the upper fisheries, I'll fish 30 because it's just not a, you hook a fish.
Are you doing 30 on the super bait?
But that's what I was going to say. Like one thing with these guys, talk about that because a couple of people were asking about pound size
Yeah,
on these
yeah. I'm
guys.
doing 30 to 40 on the KCP. I'm doing 20 to 25, and I'm just backing off the drag a little
And
bit.
are you guys fluorocarbon or mono?
I have mono.
Cam?
I run fluoro, but on something that short,
Even with your bait?
Yeah.
With your herring, you run fluoro too?
I do.
Sweet.
I do. But the key to this, guys, is with these super baits and with even with springers, like don't skimp. Like 15 pound, 20 pound is not needed at all in these fisheries, and you're just going to be really upset with yourself when you break a fish off. The other thing about running the real light lines too with the brads is if you run a leader for a very, 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 very long period of time and you're running something fixed and that bait's not adjusting on the leader, you can wear out some of the smaller pound tests, the 15s and 20s. You can get little wear spots, and then so now that 15 and 20 pound is now 10. With the 30 and the 40 pound, monofilament fluorocarbons, you don't 50 pound even for fall fish. You don't see that as much. It's just much more resilient. It's just thicker for whatever reason.
check it
doesn't
every
seem to-
time after you
But
catch
you
a
should
fish.
check it every time. You don't want to
Makes
lose
sense.
it.
Doesn't matter.
You don't want to be fishing for 3 weeks in February and lose that one springer, right?
You do not want to lose the springer.
So it's something to just to be mindful of is that bait is spinning on the lines. You can set up the hook setups to where the whole line rotates with the hooks, but a lot of times, like for what I prefer, or like for like a rig like this, that bait is just going to be sitting there spinning over these hooks, and so you're just going to want to watch that. This is not a finesse fishery.
Mason, we will have a plunking episode coming up in the very near future. I promise you that.
How about a blackmouth episode?
Yeah, that's
Got
coming.
anybody asking for
That's
those?
coming. Oh yeah, that's coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna go film some blackmouth fishing tomorrow, guys.
Tomorrow at 3 a.m. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah.
That's when we gotta leave.
That's when I'm picking you up.
Sweet. Good thing I'm not driving. Sleep in the car.
Have fun with that. Got to do it
I'll
though.
let John and Scott talk the whole way, and I'll just.
Can you
be
plunk an
snoring
OG
right
super bait? Yes, you can. Most people are plunking the mini, but you can plunk an OG super bait. You just put a little float a couple feet above it. Largest spin and go you got, break the wings off, or float about that size. Put it above it, barrel
Like
swivel.
a foot, 2 foot.
About 2.5 feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only get it far
Actually,
enough away from the
super
bait.
effective.
We did it for summer shrunk and got them good.
We did, yeah, we did, and yeah, not going to give the spot, but there's some popular plunking spots that people are doing that consistently and have kind of turned the whole beach area into that, and they're having some really good luck.
Yeah, it works really, really good. But we're going to talk about it in a future episode for sure.
Okay,
What
yeah.
about bait, Cam? Are guys going to be too late to buy bait now, or
Hi,
do you think
son.
there's still some opportunity to get bait?
You're going to want to be getting your bait right now. I mean, do you not think you're going to go, the last weekend of March, first week in April, Lower Columbia, and find like good herring? It's tough. So a lot of the guys.
Would you remove my son from the broadcast, please? JT call. Add to broadcast or remove. Okay, all right.
Perfect.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Bait.
Yeah, just bait. Make sure you guys got it. I mean, we can't stress this enough. All the years of COVID kind of made sure that we, really prepared for our seasons, just like super bait colors, anything like that. Like, it's.
How far out are you buying?
We are.
Like
I've already
super
months
baits,
bought it.
hooks,
I bought it in November.
leader.
November.
Yeah, I bought it in November.
Yeah.
Back when they were kind of like finishing up some of the herring processing and stuff. But just like with anything now. I
Get
mean,
a jump on it.
you
Prepare.
got, yeah. If you don't, you're not going to have it. You're going to be fishing like wrong hook sizes. You're going to be fishing like wrong bait sizes. The quality is not going to be there. And honestly, like when it comes to like your lures and when it comes to like your bait and it comes to like your hooks, like those are like the smallest expenses of like your trip, right? I mean, they really are. Like guys will spend
$100,000 boat.
right, guys will spend hundreds of
$100,000
thousands of dollars on
truck to
boats,
tow it.
piers, all that crap, and then they'll get a hotel room. They'll travel in for springers,
I know,
and then
it
they'll
kills me.
skimp on like cheap ass bait, and it's like, oh, okay,
Unbelievable.
well, like that's the last thing I think you want to do. And then same thing, same thing, like not having, not being prepared out there because I mean, I'll say it as a bait fisherman, there are days like where the super baits outproduce the bait. And it's because I don't know if they vibrate more. I don't know if it's the flashier colors. I don't know what, but there are days that happens. Like, don't believe me, go to the gorge. Like, it does. So, not being prepared and not having that stuff with you and then just sitting there watching everybody else catch them is really annoying. You only do that a couple times before you learn that lesson or you're a slow learner. So,
Good bait.
Usually that's us watching you. But
yeah, right. I'm not even out there.
not now.
Not even out there. No. But
What else?
Usually it doesn't even matter. There's been many a days where I've followed him and it's like he just.
It doesn't matter.
You don't want to be
Yeah.
behind him. You want to be in front of him.
All right, how about size of bumper? Does that matter?
size
What
of
do you
bumper
think?
is absolutely critical when it comes to like your 360 flashers, but not so much your triangles. And so one thing I like to do is, and maybe we'll do like a full,
We're definitely going to do a whole.
yeah, we'll do a full reading episode. But for those guys that, when we have these times of the Columbia where we don't have a lot of runoff, and we don't have a lot of flow, and those tides are like, we have current flowing, and we're fishing along the bottom because that's where the springers are. Their belly's in the dirt during that outgoing tide. But when it slacks up and then starts pushing in even, those fish, Scott, they'll pull off and they'll just suspend in no man's land. When that happens, being able to switch quickly over to like a 360 flasher, I think
And then
is
use
pretty
your
paramount.
electronics.
And then using your electronics, of course. But I mean, I'd like to know in 50 feet of water if they're running at 20 feet or 40 feet. But when that happens, so what I do is I make all my rods and I do all my setups, and since I make it all the bumpers for my triangles really set to the 360 flasher, because like I said, the triangle you can have it. Some guys hook it right to the spreader bar and catch them just fine. Some guys have them 4 feet behind.
I never understand that.
Well, yeah, one guy we know very well and catches a freaking ton of them, runs his triangle back like 4 feet, and it's like, well, each way. But to me,
A lot of guys don't even run them. They run no
or
triangle.
that too, or no triangle. But to me, having that bumper be the same size as this, so I can just literally take the clip off of the triangle, clip on the 360 setups. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll have them just set up on leader spools or whatever, where you can just grab other flashers and other stuff. This is kind of a skeletonized version, but you literally grab a leader setup that has a herring on it, triangle, clip it in, put your herring on, go. Like you're very active because that tide's going to change every 6 hours for the spring Chinook season if the water stays low. So being kind of a little prepared for that. Like I said, we can do a full rundown on that.
Yeah, we're going to do a full Springer
Yep.
rigging episode for sure, guys.
Spinners, yeah. I don't know if it'll be next week. We might get some guests in next week, but we'll bring some troll rods in, talk a little bit more of that stuff.
For sure.
Because even though the Columbia does close on April 5th, that is that's like the first opening
Yeah,
session. It's like
all
the
sorts
first
of stuff
inning. It's the
upriver.
first inning of a 9-inning game. It's like, when it closes on April 5th, there's plenty of Springer opportunity all the way till the middle of June. All the way till the middle of June. So it's not like it's over.
Whether it's in tribs or whether it's upriver, I mean, there's
Tribs, yeah,
You can get
Willamette, extensions on the Columbia, the May 16th, hopefully, fingers crossed, buffer opener, Upper Gorge, lots of stuff. Oregon Coast stuff. There's going to be Springer. So, anyways,
Cool.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay, what else are we missing, guys? Any other questions? Anything you guys want to know for Springer prep? What are we missing?
Especially Brad's centric stuff.
What are we
Hook,
missing?
hook spacing on. You have multiple hooks on some of those.
What are we missing, Scott, on prep?
Well, we've gone over the different hook setups. Spacing, I'm usually about a finger width gap between the back hooks. So I'm talking these here. If you can see that on the cam.
Go to side.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm caught on something. Hold on. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry, my bad. There you go.
So that's about the spacing that I'm using. There's some people that set the back one way further back.
I always do a finger. I think that's the way, the smart way.
But yeah, that's generally what I'm doing. But again, you'll see there's a bunch of different setups here, a bunch of different ways, and I'm just letting the fish tell me what it is they
Go
want.
look at that guide profile because he seems to have a lot of the spacing. Like, let's just do a little. I don't know who this is. You're gonna have to tell me later.
Who is this?
I don't know. I'm just gonna out him right now.
I haven't seen him.
Go down There's your spacing, guys. See it? That's pretty common, and even on the smaller baits too. Like these are KCPs right here. Oh, I like what he's got. Anyways, you can kind of see on the minis there. It's still like a finger. You know, you guys kind of
Droppers?
get the idea.
Did you guys talk droppers?
Yeah, that little barrel swivel idea is cool.
I don't use a dropper. I just use lead.
See the hook spacing there too. Anyways, yeah, you want to. It's funny because a lot of guys will tie them like really, really tight. You're good, Clint. A lot of guys will tie stuff, and not just with super baits, but any other time we run like double rigs. They'll try to tie them really tight. Problem is when you tie them really tight, like it's almost like you're just fishing a single hook at that point because like you're sticking a fish like a certain way in a certain spot. But the idea of like running two hooks is like you get them one time like in the corner of the mouth, you get the other one like pinned behind the head, you get them pinned behind the ear, you get one like in the roof of the mouth and the other one in the lower jaw. The only way
you get both hooks down their throat completely.
Yeah, sometimes they just really are really hungry and they really want to eat the bait. But having those hooks a little bit separated is pretty critical, and we've learned those hard lessons like in like the 360 spinner fisheries and stuff like that. I'm telling you, you do want to have a little bit there, and what blows me away is that the fish still eat it. They just, no matter how 3 hooks on there and how gaudy we can make these lures and stuff like that, it's just got to be a reactionary bite. They just see something flash, they turn and they go freaking, gotta have it. They're not looking at it, thinking about it. Oh, I don't know, that hook looks kind of sharp. I don't know if I eat that. But yeah.
First 4 brads going in the water for springers. Twisted Sister. If I were going out right now, I'd have a Twisted Sister.
Oh, okay, right there.
I would have a
always
Netzel
a good one.
Special. I would have a Seahawk, which is that color there. And I would have a Fatal Attraction, which is that color there.
That's the one I haven't fished yet. And the first thing I looked on these boards, I'm like, yeah, I got to get me some of
Yeah,
those.
that looks really
But again, I'll be trading these out all the time. So those are the first 4 I would start with, but I'm going to let the fish tell me what it is that they want.
Again, Jim, that is a great point. Please address cleanup of brads at the end
Great
of the
question.
day. What is the
question.
trick?
You know, there's no...
Other than not forgetting that you left like tuna and herring
I've done
fillets
that
in
too
there.
many times.
Oh, I've ruined so many super baits. Go on.
That's a good trick.
Yeah.
Not to leave it in there.
Just wash them and then sell them at garage sales.
So here's what I do. What's nice about the super baits, right, is that they open and you can clean the
Sure.
entire cavity. You can clean the entire cavity. So you don't have bait that's stuffed down in the middle of a hole somewhere that you can't get out.
Yeah.
So you can literally
You have lots of
access
access there.
the entire thing and scrub it. So
Yeah.
I'll have Lemon Joy, little toothbrush. I'll take the
Toothbrush.
take the
There you
bait
go.
out.
Take your
scrub
wife's
it.
toothbrush. Yep.
I will take that same 5-gallon bucket I was talking about that I'm hanging the baits in.
Yeah, you're good.
And I am filling that with river water, and I'm throwing some soap in there, and I'm letting these hang. And as I'm driving home from the launch, they're sitting in that bucket, and they're just agitating the whole time. So that's cleaning as the trailer bumps and all that. They're getting almost like a washing machine wash. When I get home, generally don't have any problems with scent at all. If I'm running garlic or something. So here's one thing. If I'm running garlic, I will designate that plug for garlic. Because
Garlic is forever.
you just can't get it out. When they want garlic, they want garlic. But when they don't want garlic, they don't freaking want garlic. So I will make garlic plugs that I will keep separate, and I'll just know that those are always going to have a garlic scent to it.
Yeah.
All right. Ask Jason Hambley. Garlic works. He loves it.
Garlic works. There's a time and place for garlic. As much as I hate using garlic.
So first things first, I will designate plugs for garlic. I won't expect to get the set out of that. If there is an issue later on, like if I did forget and we're fishing up at Chelan and it's 120 degrees outside and you got tuna in there that just is mashed and you forgot till the next day or whatever, I will take OxyClean and scrub it with OxyClean. And after those that I just talked about, if there's any issue left, you can spray it with some WD-40, and I've never had one that's had an issue from there.
For me, if I scrub my plugs, so if I have like a watertight container box like this, like a lot of guys use, I don't end up using a lot of leaderboards, but if I do, even if I scrub the plug down with Lemon Joy, the best that I'm looking at it like, okay, this is clean. I can use it as a fork if I wanted to. If I lock them away in something airtight and just let them just still wet, still like, it seems like they always get like a funk. Just because it's plastic, right? I mean, that's what the bait is. It's a good plastic, it's hard plastic, but like you are just not good.
Airtight is not good.
Right, airtight is not good. So before you store into something airtight, give them ample time to dry out.
Yep, great point.
And or else the next time you open that box, like next month, you're like,
it's not bad. The rusted hooks,
yeah, of course, that too. Yeah. But like it's not like terrible because, like I said, you can clean them really well. But like, just get. I like your idea, like the bucket. You can smell like.
One time, me and Lonnie caught a fish on one that he had in his Tupperware container that we pulled out. All the tuna was completely dried, like inside the super bait, just like a part.
That's how effective.
He stuck the super bait in the water and got all the tuna wet. We rigged it up and caught a fish like a.
But that's the effectiveness of a super bait, right? It doesn't really matter. Like you can have rancid crap bait in there, and they'll still eat it.
It really didn't stink
really,
that bad.
just troll them everywhere.
It had sat for so many years. It just dried out into nothing.
There's no moisture left.
Yeah, there was no stink.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
It just conformed to the plastic.
But that's a great point. When I get home, I will always say.
Now you know the secret. But would you have caught 5 if he would have? Never.
We only caught 1 on it, and then we took it off. So
there you go.
I will hang dry them someplace in the house or the garage before I put them away, and I do not use airtight containers.
That's what I normally use. Hang dry all mine for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did see a little question there, and since Scott's right here, he asked like, well, don't people just use plugs anymore? Like, absolutely. Like. The Anchor show on the Columbia, like
we're gonna have a plug episode.
We could get a lot of rain next week, and this whole thing,
in place, right?
the trolling game might just become really non-existent, except for where the tides are like pushing in the hardest. Like, it could, within a week, we could only be taught. We might not even be trolling. So no, there is time and place. The plug fishery is still there, and even on the tides, like guys are still going to anchor fish and catch fish. We're just talking this today. We will do some dedicated anchor and killer fish talking with plugs. Don't trust me. Yeah, I'll bring in one of 500 plugs and we'll call it good. Okay.
Sweet. Should we get our big prize going? What do you think? Is it time?
I don't know how many people got watching.
John's ready for it.
Let's see here, Clint. How many you got? Oh, almost 400 of you guys. Cool. Well, I think we should probably do it.
Yeah, who wants to win something cool? Tonight, guys, we got a little special announcement. And I already saw a couple questions.
People figured it. People sleuthed it out.
I saw people down below like, what's Smokehouse products? Like people had no clue what it was because they see it rolling across.
Oh, they're paying attention. That's good.
So a lot of you guys may or may not have heard of Smokehouse products, but I guarantee you've probably heard of the Little Chief, Big Chief. How many people in the comments either have at one point owned one of these, or just knows what it is? So Smokehouse products are the inventors, the creators of the Little Chief, Big Chief smokers. These guys have been around since 1968. Kind of the leaders at their time in innovating and bringing an ideal smoker for smoking fish products to the market, to anglers. And we're excited because we're now going to be working with Smokehouse. New partner here at Addicted. And we're going to be doing lots of fun things, lots of episodes where we're going to be cooking and showing you guys all the things that we can do with these smokers. But one thing I want to say is, like, over the years, I have transitioned a lot into smoking stuff on my pellet grill just because of the ease of it. But I'll never get rid of my Big Chief or my Little Chief because you just can't get the same flavor profile, and you can't get as quality a smoked salmon as you can
that new?
out of a Big Chief that you can on a pellet smoker. So what's everyone saying? Is people saying?
Oh,
they
they're
got
saying,
them?
look at all of them. People are saying, I have 2, I have 1, yes.
And I'm using it tonight.
Need a
Never
new
used
Oh,
one.
one.
Jay,
Try.
using those on those steelheads you caught with me on Monday, huh?
Yeah, at one point long
right.
ago.
Lower smoking temps.
Little Chief, chiefing it up.
Roll me up and smoke me. I like
take
it,
a
Jimmy
Chief.
C.
Had 3 or 4 of them over the
I've got 2
years.
Big Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, just better. Everybody's heard of this, right? I mean,
They're in a salmon
I mean, if you
steelhead.
haven't
ain't
better
nothing
question.
on
left.
the podcast, if you haven't heard of it, you've lived under a rock.
you've been
all
under a
night.
rock. A better question is, who watching this has never heard of it?
That's true.
Who's gonna admit to that right now? Like me.
There was a couple.
that's
I
true.
only saw like 1 or 2 that
One.
My dad had
Well, you've been
40
living under a rock.
40 Big Chiefs?
40 Little Chiefs.
Goodness. Killed a lot of fish.
Never
Well,
smoked.
that doesn't
We
that
are
doesn't
actually-
surprise me.
We are actually going to give away
Get 'em all.
one of these tonight. We're going to give away a Big Chief, and we're going to give away a little consolation prize.
That's a
Because this
consolation.
is something that I never even knew existed.
The mini.
They got the mini Chief.
It's like
dude.
super baits, guys.
And
We
that's
have the
no
original, we
consolation
have the
prize.
original, then we have the mini, and wait till we get to the kokanee smoker. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna pick 2 winners tonight before the episode is over. So someone's gonna win a mini Chief. Someone's gonna win a Big Chief.
That's a lot of Chiefs. It's a lot of Chiefs.
John, you must not have heard me
Chief
because I
meat,
said that. earlier.
ADS.
Yeah.
Larry, sorry, what's up? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Lots of good comments. So
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
with the new partnership with Smokehouse Products, we're super excited. They don't just make smokers either. If you guys check out
The
their
mini
website-
for the one
Clint,
fish
let's
limit.
Let's get the code up there. So you guys know
It's sad, ain't it, David?
you guys know that with a partnership always comes deals for the addicts out there. So Smokehouse Products has been kind enough to give you guys 20% off every single thing on their website. So you can go to the website, smokehouseproducts.com, and you get 20% off, which is honestly a lot. Not a lot of companies are able to give 20% off, so huge shout out to Smokehouse Products for doing that. And like I said, guys, they have jerky guns, seasonings, tons of stuff that we're going to be kind of incorporating and showing you. You guys already saw some of the products
Dude,
in one of the last episodes.
I was gonna say, like, I was the guy that was like, oh, I got a pellet smoker, blah blah blah. But I can tell you, like, having that Smoke Chief and being able to do like the low temperature stuff, like, I was an idiot because people were messaging me like, you should have put cheese in there, and then some guy was giving me like, you could put cream cheese in there and do like a buffalo like chicken smoked dip with like smoked cream cheese, and just I was like,
Oh, epic.
dude, I like missed that boat. But like
you
with
got it
anything,
on your grill now,
right? I was
so-
gonna say it's not like I can't go do it tomorrow now. But yeah, so there's some really cool ideas, and then like I said, like just like what we're learning tonight, like from Brad's, like it's really cool to learn some of these other things. So
Yeah, and we'll show you guys a
yeah,
bunch
it's gonna
more of the
be
products
incorporated.
as the episodes go on and as we continue to do more and more live feeds. But we're excited to be working with these guys. Like I said, they've been around, a local company right here in Hood River, Oregon, since 1968. So it's pretty badass that they've been around that long. So.
I have a pellet smoker, but nothing compares to the Chiefs.
Exactly. And that's what I always try to say. One of the things that we came up with is don't cook it, smoke it. Because that's what happens a lot of times on your Traeger, on your pellet grill, on your Green Mountain. You're actually cooking the fish, where with a Big Chief or a Little Chief, you're smoking it.
Yeah, and I prefer cold smoke anyways. It's good.
Smoked Gouda or Parmesan.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to be playing with a lot, because I've always wanted to do more cheeses and stuff, so I'm going to be messing with that Smoked Chief.
Yeah.
Tomorrow on the boat? You bringing it?
Yeah, should I bring the big, should we smoke on the
I want to
boat?
see you do that.
I'll call Matt right now.
Yeah, let him know we're bringing a Big Chief
That's
on the
right.
boat.
Dude, people are getting like excited about this. I totally
Jeremy
need a
Herrick,
jerky
what's
guy.
up, buddy?
Yes.
So again, guys, you guys always come out in droves and support Addicted and support the things that we do. So please head over to Smokehouse Products, browse the website, buy yourself some stuff. I promise you, if you haven't used a Big Chief, a Little Chief, or a Mini Chief, if you haven't used one of these products to smoke fish, just get one. Get one and use it. Trust me.
Hold my beer, the cheese is on fire.
As long as the boat's not on fire, we're okay though.
That's good.
So Clint's got a video up of Cam on the Smoke Chief,
That's not mine.
or John,
That's John, yeah.
using the Smoke Chief on his Traeger. You can see how much smoke that thing is freaking putting out. It's pretty damn
It was
impressive.
impressive.
Yeah, look at the bark on it, too, from the smoke.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know that's the first thing I thought. I'm like, now I have to do a brisket, like really get it going. even that chicken we did, like it was funny too. Is like we made chicken a couple nights later on when these guys came down. It's not in the episode or anything, but when we applied the Smoke Chief heat to the pellet grill, because I just did 325 because I just wanted to cook the chicken fast. Like I made then chicken like another few days later, and it was like disappointing. Like it really was. Like that little Smoke Chief, like pouring the extra smoke to it does. It was. I'm not much of a cook. I'm not much of a cook, but it made a difference. So like, it's going to be, yeah, it's gonna be real fun doing that. Wife's like, you need to make it like you did when Marlon and Sharon were over.
It was better.
It was so much better. I'm sorry. Just all I had to do is flip a switch.
Like I said, excited. You guys are going to see a lot more Smokehouse products in the future in our episodes and in live feeds.
Yep.
So we appreciate you guys supporting our sponsors. And like I said, we're going to give a Big Chief and a Mini Chief away. Clint, let's pick the first winner. We're going to make you wait on the Big Chief.
Oh, we're going with the Mini first.
We're going to give the Mini away.
The Mini Chief.
We're going to give the Mini away. We're going to make you wait on the big one. Who is it, Clint? Who's winning? The Mini Chief. Oh, would you look at that Marlin Lefevre? Sweet. Look at this. I'm like Vanna White. Right here, guys, we have the Mini Chief. As you can see, it is a top load smoker, so you can pull the top off just like
Is Brian Johns our winner there, Clint? Yep. Brian Johns said Mini Chief equals brave.
Nice. Brian Johns.
Brian Johns.
You want a Mini Chief. Shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address, and let us know that you won the Mini Chief, and we'll get it shipped out to you.
There you go.
And don't go anywhere, people, because we're going to give away a Big Chief.
It's kind of like barbecuing with the old style briquettes, because there are people that still swear by that.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta
yeah.
do the briquettes. I mean, that's kind of what
think
this
about-
Big Chief and Little Chief is,
If
right?
you
It's
get
the old
online in
school.
forums or anything like that, people will rave about the Little Chief.
It's a
Big Chief
different
when
flavor,
it comes
yeah.
to smoking fish.
It is funny too because it's like steelhead beads. Like it was like all the craze, like way back when. Then it went away.
Then it came
back. You know, it's like anything, right?
Well, the good thing is the Smokehouse never went anywhere.
No, that's
It's still been here locally in Hood River, Oregon. So we're stoked to be working with them, guys. Really, really excited for it. And yeah, make sure you guys check out the website, Smokehouse Products, and use that code Addicted20. Get yourself some things. Okay, Scott, what do you got? Any other last minute announcements? Tell us anything about Brad's before we let you go for the night.
Well, we got some good videos coming up, right? Mm-hmm. May have a bead video that's coming up, and we got some good content coming up. Yeah, we're always working on new stuff, so keep an eye out. These guys do a great job of showing you what we've got coming. Yep.
There is some new stuff coming, guys. Some
so
cool
stay
new
tuned
stuff.
with these guys, because yeah, they'll pump it out first. Generally before I even do. So
Whoops.
they're on it.
Hey guys, we have a 7-day Steelhead series that me and Jordan worked on. We filmed and fished 7 rivers in 7 days. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. And there is some Brad's beads getting used. Jordan swears by this specific Brad's hard bead that is an absolute killer. And it's actually Charles's favorite bead too.
Is it really? Yeah, Charles fishes the hell out of it.
Oh yeah, he freaking loves that bead. So we'll show you guys that in the 7-day episode. That's gonna come out hopefully before Winter Steelhead season's over.
New colors, yes, there are 2 new colors this year. Mountain Rose is one, and Double Diablo is another. They had them out at the shows. Some stores still have them, but most of them are
need those
sold.
like now. Just kidding.
He's got
What's-
some in that bag.
Does he?
You don't know what I have, Clint.
We need to make
you don't
sure,
know,
Scott.
Clint.
We need to make sure.
I don't know
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, whatever.
I
We won't
saw-
test
One
it.
thing that we need
Clint
to
doesn't
make
I don't know if
sure
those colors work, guys. Don't buy
is-
them.
When new colors are coming out, I need them for
Yeah,
my website.
have Mike give me a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I told Mike to call you
Yeah,
already.
oh yeah, yeah. And what did he tell you?
He said he talked to you. And
But-
he said, Marlon Scott said call him back.
I know.
I was gonna say, like, here we go.
we kind of
We just
joke
met
with
for
each
lunch,
other
what do you
because
mean?
we're both busy. It's hard to catch up, so it's fun giving them shit when you can't catch up with them. And so I sent a message back through his messenger, Mike, and said, "Yeah, I'll give you that answer, Marlon, as soon as you call me."
Exactly. Cam, any last minute announcements before we leave the people?
No, get out there, get them. I mean, hopefully we're just going to see a big increase of springers. I think tomorrow's like north of Falcon, so we should start hearing what we're going to see for Buoy 10 seasons, or for our Columbia River north of Falcon tomorrow. So we should start seeing some ideas. And so, yeah, things are rolling.
Mark
Things are
your
happening.
calendars, guys, because the next few Wednesdays, every single week, 6:30 p.m., we're going to be doing lots of different Springer episodes. So we're going to be talking rigging. We're going to be talking bait. We might bring the guys from Procure in here. We're talking about bringing someone in from Stevens Marine just to talk about boat stuff and what you should be doing to your boat and making sure your boat's ready to roll. If you haven't done that already, hopefully you already have. But I know if you're like me, it's still sitting and I haven't done anything to it.
Thank
So
you,
I, so I
Victoria.
need Nelson to come here and tell me
With
what to
with
do.
the super baits that were sitting in it from last fall, right?
Yeah. Literally, all my rods are still in my rod lockers. Haven't touched them since last fall.
Perfect.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And I didn't even use it. My buddy Joey did. And one of the.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember. I'm like, what the? Yeah.
Well, it's Marlin
Victoria
did. I
loved
thought it was an
our
Idaho.
pyramid video. That was one of the funnest videos that I did last year. One of the funnest trips I had
Yeah,
last
me and
year.
Scott are actively planning some other
That was a
adventures
lot of
together.
fun.
We have a lot of fun going off on little adventures and film them, Scott. So you will see some more of that this year, I promise.
Thank you, Victoria.
We're talking about going to Lake Ontario maybe and doing some stuff out there, but we're just trying to get it all planned. We'll let you guys know.
In the
though.
calendar.
We'll let you guys know. Scott's always trying to get me in the calendar. Actually, all the sponsors are, guys. I'm horrible at it.
Well, vice versa.
Yeah, but me
Tonight
in
was-
particular, like, I am so bad at it. I apologize to the sponsors. Sometimes I'm last minute. We appreciate your guys' support. We love that you guys love Addicted, but I don't know that I'm going to get any better at it. So I'm just pre-warning you.
Another apology tour, just like the first start of the
Hey, at least
podcast.
I'm honest, right?
Yeah.
It's like
It is what
I do all the
Start-
time.
it
Yeah,
is.
it's
What it
consistent.
is.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's it then. And I'm just going to take this smoker home to myself. We'll see you guys on the
All
road.
right. Right on. You want to take this leaderboard too? Is that leaderboard yours?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Because
no.
you never did show up, at least that I see.
All right, guys. Who in the comments wants to win a Big Chief smoker? Who wants to win? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. And whoever wins this, I want to see a cell phone video emailed to me of you smoking something on this thing. Whoever wins it, and whoever got the mini chief, same goes for you, dude. I want a cell phone video or something emailed to my email address. Oh yeah, everyone's
Have them
commenting.
comment
I do, I do,
hashtag Big Chief.
Me.
There they go.
Winner. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Oh, now people are excited.
Oh, I want to let you guys know too, if you win this, you have to pay for shipping because this is pretty heavy. I'm not going to pay for shipping. Just kidding.
That's not.
I was
even
like,
heavy.
wow. When did we start
How
that?
much? What's the retail on these? The retail's $200, so shipping will be $199.99 on the smoker that we're giving away tonight, guys. I'm just kidding. But if you guys haven't checked out the website, retail on these things are $200. So if you use the 20% off on the website, you're gonna get a pretty damn good discount. And you, like I said, check out the Little Chief, the Mini Chief, and all the other products on there. Clint, pick a winner. We've rambled too much.
I'm going to dedicate my first Springer to being smoked in a Big Chief.
Oh, that was
going back
awesome.
old school.
And there it is, Shane Rose. Shane Rose on Facebook. You just won
Yeah, boy,
a Big
Shane.
Chief smoker from Smokehouse Products. So shoot us an email, Shane, at orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address. Let us know that you won the Big Chief. And don't worry, guys, because over the next few live feeds, the guys over at Smokehouse Products has given us an insane amount of products to give to the community. So you guys, we're going to be giving away more smokers, Little Chiefs. We got jerky guns. We got tons of stuff to give away over the next few live feeds. So if you didn't win tonight, there's still a chance.
But if you didn't win tonight, you guys are all still winners because don't forget you have the 20% off code.
Exactly.
Show it again. So, hey, you all won.
So all the people that commented, me, I want one.
There you
Guess
go.
what?
There's
You
at
can
least
win
that
right
option there.
And y'all get a trophy even
all
if you
set.
didn't win. So
Yeah.
Marlon will be sending that out shortly.
here. No, that will not be
Yeah,
a
it's
trophy.
all millennial addicted stuff now. Here we go. Everybody deserves a trophy.
No.
Y'all did 20% off. That's what
Okay,
you want.
Shane says awesome. Never
All
won
right.
anything online.
Oh, he's never won online. Awesome, Shane.
Nice.
There you go. Good one.
and it's a
Yeah, dude.
Facebook comment.
And what's that picture?
Yeah.
Can you see with Shane? Is that
It looks like a Marine.
Yeah, he looks like he might be in the
Military.
military.
right on? Thank you, Shane.
Sweet.
Yeah, Victoria, 20% is pretty
Is
sick.
sick.
Yep.
So,
It's
all
40
right, everyone.
bucks.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, next week, 6:30 p.m. And yeah, thanks for coming, Scott. We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Something Springers.
Guys,
Always
make sure you guys
appreciate
support
you guys.
Brad's. Get your super baits.
Don't sleep
Get your
on it.
plugs because there's probably a good chance the river will
You'll
go high.
be crying later.
That's for sure. We'll see
Hey
you guys
guys,
on the river.
appreciate your support.